Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here from Easy PPC Tutorials. In this quick video, I just want to talk about a couple of location targeting issues that I've seen crop up recently. So a couple of weeks ago, someone approached me. They wanted me to do a Google Ads audit review for their business. It's not this business that I'm showing on the screen here. This is a business I actually have a sort of ownership interest in, so I can show the data for the purpose of this channel. This is a different business, offering a service in a set area as well. That area was basically the same as what you see on the screen here. So different business, but similar location targeting. So they're targeting Christchurch, which is where I also happen to live. It's a city in New Zealand. And then also they were targeting most of Canterbury. Canterbury is a relatively big region geographically. They were targeting part of it. Now the issue is that the person who'd been running their account previously, who'd set up the account, accidentally had the location targeting set to New Zealand instead of Christchurch and Canterbury, the sort of wider region in which they operate. And so about half of the budget each month, and it wasn't a small budget relative to the size of this business, they were spending quite a lot from their perspective on ads, about half of it every month just being thrown away on targeting people who weren't in a position to purchase. And the reason no one had picked up on this is because the person running the ads wasn't checking, and the advertiser themselves didn't know that really how the location targeting functioning works in Google Ads. And so my recommendation to you is always to periodically go in and check on your locations. So you can see this campaign for this particular advertiser, I've got 2 different locations targeted. This business that I have an interest in, most of the customers come from Christchurch, the sort of wider city area, but also people will travel to this location from Canterbury, the wider area, which as you can see, stretches quite a far way up and down from the city of Christchurch. People will travel there. But the main thing is we can see in the reporting that the location targeting, we're getting people from the areas we expect to get. And you can go in and see that there's no real issues in terms of what we're getting showing up here, which is good. This report, for example, showing the cities, all of these are places where this business might enjoy customers. But when I looked in this other client that I was doing the audit for, under the locations, there was tons and tons of data coming through from places like Auckland, which is all the way up here. It's an hour and a bit on the plane. You've got to go across a body of water. If you want to drive, you have to cross the strait on a ferry. People searching from Wellington, once again, you've got to cross across on the ferry or take a plane. People searching from places like Queenstown, that's about a 6-hour drive. They're not going to be taking on this service, and it's just no good if you're wasting budget on that kind of thing. The other thing that you should check on, which isn't so much of a problem as it used to be in my experience, but it's still worth checking just so you understand it, is under your locations, checking your location options, and then looking at whether or not you have presence or interest or just presence set. So by default, Google will show your ads on a presence or interest basis. And what this means is Google can show your ads to people who are regularly in, or who show interest in your targeted locations. And sometimes this can cause problems because for whatever reason, Google thinks that people who are outside of your target location have shown enough interest and so they can see your ads. If you are worried about that, you can change to presence. This used to be an even stricter option. It was always just people in, and then Google changed it to people in or regularly in, whatever that means. But long story short, this is a more controlled option. It basically means your ads should only run to people who are actually in the physical location you're targeting. In theory, this presence or interest option means your ads will show to people who are in your target location or showing sufficient interest or intent about it, which could be an appropriate thing if you're advertising for a sort of tourist venture or hospitality where you think people might be coming to town, hotels, those kind of things. But the main thing is knowing about this and knowing about the location targeting, and then actually reviewing the location report so you keep an eye on kind of what's being done location-wise, where your ads are showing. If you don't do those things, you can wind up with a pretty nasty surprise in my experience. Now, if you'd like to learn about other ways that you can save money on Google Ads, improve the performance of your Google Ads advertising, generate more leads and sales, and without having to spend extra money, at the very least, my advice will show you how to save money on Google Ads. Head on over to easyppctutorials.com. I've got a free 7-day email course that will show you for free how to reduce wasted Google Ads spend, how to generate more leads and sales without spending an extra dollar on your Google Ads. All you have to do is put in your email address. I will send you the first lesson straight away. You get 1 lesson a day for 7 days into your inbox. There is nothing you have to buy. I do make a pitch for my services at the end of the series, but you can ignore that. You can just delete the email. Of course, if you want to take me up on it, that would be great. But the main thing is I want you to go check this out, because I'm going to show you, just like with this location targeting issue, problems that affect advertisers day in, day out, particularly DIY or beginner advertisers that are costing you more money than you need to be spending. Go check it out at easyppctutorials.com.